Bonjour, this is Piper and I'm here at the Gum Alley in Seattle. When you think of bubble gum, you think of pink. For $1 USD. Warning, if you're a germaphobic person, do not watch this episode. Well, I mean, it's a bit gross, and I think of pink too, but actually bubblegum is not pink. No, this is Piper, and I'm at Post Alley. This street is actually a lot scarier at night. You know how they do it in CSI Miami and all these things? I'm surrounded by germs right now. Fresh, this fresh. You think you're in a rave party? No, this is other people's germs. Don't rave about this. I'm scared right now. Let's take a pink gum. Bubble gum versus chewing gum. Bubble gum is the gum you use to make bubbles. Chewing gum is more like the one you use after you eat too much garlic bread. So they're same, but they're actually kind of different. The bubble gum is really made differently so that you can make bubbles with it. Bubblegum, like bubble gum, is an actual flavor, but it's also a bubble gum. I mean a gum that you blow bubbles from. And the bubblegum flavor, it's an intense flavor. It's a delicious flavor. You can make your own bubblegum flavor. It's only like pineapples, banana, clove, cinnamon, and wintergreen, whatever that is. There are 4 types of germs out there. Germs is a bigger category. Yes, there's like all the germs on this gum wall. Well, there's the fungus. The fungus is one germ. It's like the mushrooms, you know. Then, of course, you have the viruses, like, viruses. Then you have the protozoa. I mean, that's kind of a weird dinosaur thing. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then you have the bacteria. That's the 4th one. This is science for you. Actually, how was the gum wall invented? Why are there so many gums on a wall in Seattle? That's because there is an actual theater not far by, over there. That's the theater I was talking about. And people, before going into the theater, I guess they were smacked by their grandma, and they were told that they should leave their gum outside or somewhere else. So they used to take their gum and stick it to the wall. Once the gum was stick to the wall, well, they would go in the theater and enjoy without having somebody next to you chewing a big league gum, which is way too auditively not cool for when you have an actual theater presentation, some can-cans, I don't know, anything really happening at the theater. It takes between 5 to 1,000 years to decompose bubble gum. The bubble gum that you see on the pavement, on the street, on the sidewalk, all of these bubble gums, they are there maybe longer than Betty White was alive. That's why that became. But it also became a big problem. You want to know why? Well, it's because this is filled with germs. This is gum. Some people are actually, ew, this is gross. I don't want to visit here. But the thing is, what they decided to do is they decided to pressure wash all of the gum from this alley. They don't do it every year, but they do it sometimes because what happens is that there's too much of an accumulation. So, do you know how much PSE is needed to take those gums off of the wall? Approximately? Leave a comment, tell me before I tell you the answer. Well, it's not that cool. Okay, you ready? You need 3,000 PSE of pressure to actually be able to lift the gum from the wall. When you lift the gum from the wall, that's pretty cool, but it doesn't decompose or disintegrate. No. It just falls on the floor. And then you pick it up and it is sent to landfills, which is a bit sad. Yeah. But what can we do? Gum is not decomposable. It stays in the environment for approximately 5 to 1,000 years. That's how bad it is. But people love the gum alley in Seattle. And there's not just one in Seattle. There's some gum alleys in other places in the world. You should actually leave me a comment if you know other places where there's gum/walls in other countries. Leave it right now. Just gonna put $5. The other thing you should know is if you want to blow big bubbles, maybe you're into big bubbles. I know some people are into big bubbles. You should wait for the gum to actually be tasting not sweet anymore. Because the sugar in the bubble gum makes it so it's harder to blow bigger bubbles. It's kind of an elasticity thing. I don't know. Just ask some scientific person. But if you wait for all this sugar sweetness to be gone from the gum, creates bigger bubbles. Plus, it is said, this is the bonus, that you should chew the gum for at least 15 minutes. That's 3 times 5 to make the best resulting bubbles. On the human body, we have approximately 1,000 germs on us that cohabitate with us. It's kind of crazy. And, well, some of those germs actually are in this gum. Because when you put it in your mouth and then you put it on the wall, they stay there. They don't necessarily dissolve or vanish just like that. The thing is, not long ago I did a 23andMe test. It's a DNA test. Yeah. And in this test, well, you actually spit in a tube like this. And then you send it over, and then they tell you a whole bunch of stuff about yourself. Like your DNA, your lineage, where you're from, and all that stuff. So I thought that maybe it would be a great idea to take a few of these gums and see if there's some cold cases in there. You know how they do it in CSI Miami and all these things? What if I put them in there? And then maybe I do some science, I don't know, stuff with it. Well, maybe we can find some Jack the Ripper people. Or just your sister from another mother. You never know. So let's choose some gums and see if we can find sisters. Oh, that's a cigarette butt. We don't touch that. Well, this one looks nice. See, this is a great choice of gum. It's elongated. It has multiple colors. Oh, there's even maybe a bit of saliva there. Or it kind of like juicy. Let's put it in here. I mean, people are donating their saliva. I don't know why scientists aren't here like taking samples. Maybe we can cure some stuff with all of this. I have no idea. This is crazy. Okay, let's find somebody that's kind of more peace and love, you know, somebody that loves stuff. Let's take a pink gum, like this one. This is very pink, see? Put it in there. So we got pink, purple, Now, okay, to do a little thing, this is gonna be enough. I mean, if we can isolate 2 people in there, and actually find their real father, it might be great. So let's just do that. Here you go. Science! Double Bubble is actually one of the oldest bubble gums out there. Yes, it is. And it's still alive right now. Right here, right now. If you love Double Bubble, you should leave me a comment. Because maybe, just maybe, it's your favorite bubble gum ever. The other thing you should know about Double Bubble is that it was actually invented by an accountant. I know you're like, an accountant would invent such fun stuff to put in your mouth? Well, that's the actual truth. Sorry about that, bro. And then, the other thing that is amazing about Double Bubble is that it was the #1 brand. That's probably why it has the king crown on it. But then came Bazooka, and Bazooka, well, kind of took a part of the actual bubblegum industry. And now, I don't know who's the leading one, but that doesn't really matter. The good point is, I actually went to the Seattle Bubblegum, and I got these bubblegum specimens that I will get analyzed to see if they're related to any cold cases. You never know. It was pretty gross. I mean, there was like bubblegum everywhere. Plus other weird stuff was there. Like germs and saliva, and people were just like putting it on there. The other super cool thing is that there was a vending machine for bubblegum, just like this one. For $1 USD, you could, well, get a bubblegum.